so strong that just basically killed everyone. So maybe this place is somewhere in Kuvadorian? Great, we have another Kinzo here. Why the books are missing? So, I would assume that was written by Beatrice. I know it's annoying for you. It's annoying for me as well, I'm sorry. So, maybe this is the letter from the murderer himself. Also, there's a high possibility, of course, that one of the siblings did that. Also, I just realized this is the third person I know with this laugh. Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Umineko. So yeah, let's just continue where we left off, and let's see what will happen next, because yeah, we have new witch. Pretty good one. Pretty different scale of power of everyone else. And yeah, let's see, what is it? Is this like in the meantime? Is it past? Is it future? We'll see. Let me just drink some of coffee and let's go. And remember, if you like the video, then like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And remember to subscribe if you want to see more of theories about Umineko and Umineko itself. And to join the army of fans of Umineko. So yeah, do that. And let's just continue. Yes, I will never forget that.
1987年4月のことです。
87. Okay, so this is some memory about. He's talking about something that happened 1 year after the Rokkenjima stuff.
私は友人からある奇妙な依頼を受けました。とある大富豪の遺品である蔵書が大量に競売にかけられていて、
Okay.
その一部に民族学的にも考古学的にも、あるいはオカルト的な意味でも極めて価値の高いものが含まれていると思われる。
Someone sold Kinzo books, maybe?
その価値を内密に見てほしいというのです。
87年
Okay, they're talking with Angie.
ロッケン島での事件の半年後
Half year, okay.
さようです。それらの蔵書はロッケン島での難を逃れたものと説明されていました。
I mean, nothing happened, like, to the stuff on island. Unless there was, like, actually some kind of disaster, like this typhoon was so strong that... Okay, wait, what if, like, there was, like, no murder or anything, and it was, like, actually an accident? What if the typhoon was just so strong that just basically killed everyone?
それを島の所有者である後宮エバ氏が競売に出したというのです。
Oh, okay. This was apparently a high-class restaurant. A middle-aged man was sitting across from Angie and in a secured and quiet seat. Amakusa could be seen by the entrance. He was probably keeping a lookout for pursuers from Sumadera family. Okay, so this is the after jump from the high and escape. Hello. Weird man. Random guy. Who apparently have his own sprite. The scholar man across from Angie spoke politely, but with enthusiasm. He didn't lay a finger on the food in front of him, so you could tell how excited he was as he spoke fervently. He was a professor at a certain college, and particularly well known as an authority on Western folklore. Okay. However, among his life works there was only a convenient exterior. His true life work was the study of occultism, Western magic, alchemy, and everything else to do with the occult. Great, we have another Kinzo here. As well as demonology. Great! Another crazy guy. In short, he was the person in the best position to understand the details of Kinzo's research.
まず蔵書を鑑定して分かったことは、後宮エバ氏には民族学的な教養は全くなく、
yeah, obviously.
そしてその蔵書の本来の持ち主である後宮金蔵氏は、日本で5子に入る悪魔学の権威であったことは間違いないということです。
Okay, pretty good. April 1987. A major city antique shop obtained a large quantity of ancient documents that were thought to have a high historical value. They were entrusted with them by Ushiromiya Iwa, who wanted them to be sold on an auction. At that time, it was thought that Iwa would succeed the Ushiromiya family and have all the wealth to herself as the only survivor. However, at that point, not even half a year had passed since the accident, and the others had not been missing long enough to be presumed dead, and even extraordinary circumstances. Because of that, Iwa had supposedly been a very tight spot financially, unable even to collect on her family life insurance. Okay. Well, she got like... How she was on the tight spot? Like, she succeed? Yeah? Oh, okay, so she didn't like inherited everything because they were not presumed dead back then. Okay, makes sense. Okay, never mind. It seems she tried to sell everything of value. And even the books kept in place where she would escaped harm in Kuvadorian were used for this purpose. So she knows where Kuvadorian is. Wait, so she's been in Kuvadorian. I mean, like, nobody on the island knew where Kuvadorian is, right? Am I right, or am I missing something? Outside... Rosa went there like by accident and she don't remember? The books in place where she would escaped harm in. Oh yeah, she went to Kuvadorian. Yeah, they found her like 2 kilometers away from the mansion, right? I remember that, okay. So she escaped to Kuvadorian. But that still means she got there. How she knew where to go? Was this the accident? Okay, I have like a little theory, like random thought. How she knew where the Kuvadorian is. Eva found the gold and that like a weird place. It was apparently the Golden Land, I think? Maybe? Probably? So maybe this place is somewhere in Kuvadorian? Actually? And that's how she knows where the Kuvadorian is? But that means Rosa knows this as well. Rosa knows where the... Yeah, Rosa knows as well. Might be the case, because she found that place and she knows where Kuvadorian is, so... Unless I'm like missing something, I think I'm not. I think no one else knows where the Kuvadorian is. Yeah. Everyone like was just like, there might be some kind of mansion in the forest or something, but they don't know where. So I assume that this Golden Land place is somewhere inside Kuvadorian. Maybe there's like some, like, you know, hidden room, because it was like obviously like somewhere like underground and stuff, so maybe there is some kind of like hidden room or something, because it's obviously not in the mansion. Like, everyone know everything about the mansion, right? The main mansion, but we know nothing about Kuvadorian basically. Maybe not, we'll see. But that's kinda weird. So yeah, just my random thought. You can let me know in the comments if you like that thought, or just let me know if I'm missing something. Like, maybe someone else knows where Kuvadorian is and I'm just like messing stuff up. It's entirely possible. These old books, which would eventually be called the Ushiremiya Library, were later gathered from antique shops by authorities in the field, so they could be appraised, and those authorities were astounded.
少なくとも神秘学の見地から言えば、その発見が世界に与えた衝撃は司会文書発見にも匹敵するものでした。
Also, he's Professor Otsuki. Is this Naruto?
後ろ宮蔵書には、なんと1000年以上にもわたる間、その存在だけが知られているにもかかわらず、発見されていなかった数々の極めて重要な文献さえ含まれていたからです。
So basically, Kinzo snatched them away and hid. The many dreams of the occult, such as those represented by the alchemy, always stirred in intense fascination in the dilettantes. It is whispered that many magic books of great historical value, currently unknown to the public, might be the sacred possession of extremely wealthy lovers of the occult. Items such as Leonardo da Vinci notebooks, which are particularly popular among the dilettantes, are said to be prime examples of this. It is said that approximately 5,000 pages of these notebooks currently exist and over 10,000 have been lost. But some researchers believe that a large part of this lost portion might be monopolized by certain enthusiasts and members of the extremely rich. Entirely possible. It is said that because of this, even now, dilettantes who can't help but seek this spare no expense to search around for quietly hoarded away and unannounced notebooks. Oh my god. This chair is like not comfortable much anymore. I think it just like got used too much for too long. There's probably no doubting that Ushirimiya Kinzo was himself one of those dilettantes. No one knows what Kinzo went through to obtain those, but there can be no mistake that he used his vast wealth freely, buying them off of other rich people with the same hobby as him. These books, which were so valuable that enthusiasts could never satisfy the desire to hoard them away, were discovered in large numbers at the end of the 20th century. And the release to the public had given the entire world a massive shock.
この一件により、六軒島の名は全世界に知れ渡ることになります。
Okay.
そして同時に、六軒島の事故によって、未発見のさらに価値ある蔵書が大量に失われた可能性が高いことも、全世界に衝撃を与えました。
Interesting. Why books would be lost during this incident? There's no way this is just a normal murder case. Like, okay, so maybe motive for murder everyone and stuff is were these books? Maybe someone wanted to get these books and couldn't buy them because Kinzo was so stubborn and rich? Why the books are missing? What?
これにより、六軒島と後宮蔵書の名は、我々にとって生涯忘れないものとなったのです。
Our memories. That's our probably meant the occult neck of the woods within the same hobby as Kinzo. Because of that incident, the name Rokkenjima had taken on vital meaning in the world of the occult. There certainly had been a lot of reporting about the accident on Rokkenjima itself, but not on international level. However, this one part had spread across the world. Taking the image of Rokkenjima as a small island in the Izu archipelago and painting it over as a demonic island where riddles, suspicion, mystery and the occult met. In other words, until Kinzo Library was leaked to the public by Eva, Rokkenjima had been merely a nameless island that no one could remember. And certainly not the island of the witch. However, when knowledge of the Ushimi library spread all over the planet, Rokkenjima's image immediately took on an occult twist.
そしてそこへ起こるのが例のメッセージボトル事件です。
Yeah, the one that Maria sent.
これがあの島を魔女の島に変えた。伊豆諸島の無名の小島がオカルトの島へ、そして謎の魔女ベアトリーチェの島へと変遷していったのです。後宮蔵書とメッセージボトル、このどちらが欠けても六軒島魔女伝説は成り立たなかったと言えます。
Also, one more thing, like, if we... I just, like, never thought about this, actually. This is weird, I never, like, actually realized that. If we, like, to just disable magic, okay? If we just want to, like, strip Umineko from magic and just figure out, like, what happened by scientific means and everything, then that means characters like Burncaster, for example, also are involved on Rokkenjima. Maybe she was on Rokkenjima as well as a person, just like Beato is, or maybe someone is like impostoring as Burncaster, for example. But Burn met with Angie later on, right? Like 12 years later, so that means she survived on Rokkenjima. This is, I don't like want to give any proof or like why I think that or anything, but this is kind of like, you know, just like random thought. Like we have Burncaster, Lambda Delta people that are involved on Rokkenjima, and suddenly one of them is appearing outside of island. It seems like she survived if we disable magic. And say that she's not a witch.
メッセージボトル。
はい、空の瓶に手紙を封印し海に投じるという不特定対象への通信方法です。
Yes.
無人島から SOS を発信するというのが有名ですが、海外の有名推理小説の影響で自らの死後に真実を告白するという時間差的な遺書としても知られるようになりました。六軒島メッセージボトル事件はまさにこの後者だったのです。
近くの島の漁師が拾っていたというやつですね。
さようです。式根島の若い漁師が手紙入りのワインボトルを拾っていたことが分かったのです。この若い漁師は興味本位からそれをたまたま保管していました。それが後宮蔵書で六軒島が世界的注目を浴びたため公表したというのです。
Okay, so this message was not available to everyone just from the get-go. They found it like pretty late.
その漁師による捏造の可能性は？
もちろんその可能性も否定できませんでした。ワインボトル内のノート片には後宮家のとある人物の署名がされていました。
Yes, Maria.
後宮マリアという少女です。しかし彼女の遺品の肉質から別人の筆跡であることが確認されました。
Oh. In different person handwriting. Someone was like impostor? Someone tricked everyone? So maybe Maria was not alive when the message was sent. Who sent the message then? Unless someone wrote the message and she just signed it.
別人の筆跡？
Huh.
さようです。
Interesting. There's no... Like, before this information, there's no way you could figure this out of this letter. We have no examples of Maria handwriting anywhere in the game outside of this bottle message we have in the episode 1, because this is actually written, so we can see the handwriting. But we have nowhere else handwriting of Maria. So there's no way to like figure this out before this. Before this.
少なくとも少女より達筆で年齢のある人物によって書かれたことは疑いようがないでしょう。
We know a person who's skilled in writing amazing texts of a magical power, right? And a greater age. So I would assume that was written by Beatrice. We saw in the last episode. She's pretty good at writing.
彼女の名を語った何者かが執筆した可能性が極めて高かったのです。よってこの時点ではノート編の内容の信憑性は薄いと考えられました。
However, later on it was confirmed that a similar message bottle had been recovered from the nearby ocean on the day of the accident by the police in the search for lost articles, and this caused a sensation. Oh. Okay. There were two?
警察は現場の状況とボトルの封印状況から捏造の可能性は低く、事故直前の数日以内に投棄したものと判断したようです。また双方の筆跡は一致しました。
Okay.
これにより、漁師の発見したノート兵の信憑性が増すこととなりました。メッセージボトルの内容については、週刊誌などが繰り返し報道しているようですが、説明がいりますかな？
いいえ、一応知っていますので。
Yeah. Many scraps of paper had been stuffed into bottle of the wine bottles. It was an extensive notebook written by someone called themselves s4e112 Maria, who wasn't Maria, and which told of the events starting the day before the accident, and up until the events starting the day before the accident, and up until the day of the accident in the dairy-like way. Okay, I was wondering when this was written and how much of the, how much it describes basically, because in the episode 1 ending we didn't had any insights of this letter, so I didn't know what time of period it covers, and now we do. Now we know. Up until the day of the accident, so up until first twilight, right? So it doesn't tell what happened actually on the island. It's just before storm. And its content had been the beginning to the Twitch legend serial murder incident, as well as the Golden Witch Beatrice puzzle. Until the day of the accident. You can clarify this for me in the comments if that's not a spoiler. It's probably not. Probably? Maybe? I don't know. You judge it. If until the day of the accident means up until the first twilight, or it means up until the very end, actually. After the storm calmed down. Maybe it is actually a spoiler. I don't know. If you think it's a spoiler, let me know in the comments anyway. I mean, let me know that's a spoiler and you won't tell me.
台風で島に釘付けにされた後宮家の親族たちが魔女復活の儀式に巻き込まれ、次々に不可解な方法で殺されていく様子が記されていました。
I know it's annoying for you. It's annoying for me as well. I'm sorry. Umineko did it once again. I did once again. I'm sorry.
そして最後に黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェが蘇り、すべてを黄金鏡に飲み込む。
Flunky the Golden Land, okay?
まるでそれこそが当日の全容であるかのように記されていました。また当時の島の状況についても非常に詳しく描写されており。
Also, I wonder because he's not going into specifics. I want to know what exactly was written there. Like, did it explain like literally every case? Is this letter like the solution to Umineko basically? They're hiding this. This is sus.
後宮家に勤務したことがある元の使用人たちは間違いなく内部に詳しい人間が書いたに違いないと証言しました。
Yup.
そのおかしな幻想小説と後宮蔵書以降のオカルトブーム。
But that also means that this was written by someone who survived up until the end. And most of it can be also fabricated. It doesn't have to be true on this in this letter actually, because the end of this letter is like, when you read this, first of all, it's signed as Ushiramiya Maria, so this is weird why the writer would like to hide their identity in this case. And then we have this part where she say, I will probably be dead when you find this letter. So we don't know if it's actually true or it's just thrown there to like make people more anxious about this, basically, and make more credibility to the story, I guess, because you write this on like just before you die. If it's true that this person will be soon dead after writing this, then I don't know. Then it must be someone who survived and died after everything? Was it Beatrice actually? Is Beatrice dead again? I mean, she died in Kuvadorian back then, right? Very interesting. I should probably, when I have time, because I did some notes and research recently about Kuvadorian, which I was sharing on Discord in the meantime. Maybe I should just go back and research a little bit on the notebook. I mean, on this message. I didn't do that because I wanted to avoid this for now. But maybe I can do something with this. I don't know. Let me know in the comments how hard it is to find out what actually is the message from the Maria. Let me know in the comments how hard it is. Is it possible to like actually solve it at this point? Umineko, I'm begging you, please don't answer my question in the next sentence. I'm begging you. Please don't.
そして結局は真相は闇の中という3つが合わさり六軒島の魔女伝説を生み出したと。
さようです。
Okay, they did not.
すでに10年以上が経過した事件ですが、未だに世界のオカルトマニアの関心を集めています。いや、むしろ時間を得てますますに深刻化されたと言っていい。
Also, my head hurts. Oh my god, it's only 30 minutes. And I feel kinda bad. Oh.
上陸禁止になっている六軒島に密かに上陸しようというマニアも未だに多いとか。未だ未発見のメッセージボトルがあるのではないか。そしてあの日、あの島で本当は何があったのか。
Yeah, like what's in the letter, like in specifics? Unless there was just, it was just literally told that, hey, everyone died in weird like places.
未だに議論はつきませんとも。
As though he had finally remembered that he'd been going on and on for some time, the man took a gulp of water. His pottage was getting cold, but it seems that the man's hunger had already been blown away.
確か漁師のノート編と警察のノート編で内容が全く違うと聞きましたが。
Okay.
さようです。
Also, which one we saw then? In the end of the episode 1, which one was it? Was it the one that Fisherman found?
このせいで六軒島ミステリーはさらに面白みが増したのです。2つのボトルの中身はどちらも事故前日から当日までを記した日記風の式です。
Okay.
しかしその内容は共に前日から当日を記した内容であり、にもかかわらず内容は全く異なったのです。
Oh. Two messages from the same person, written by the same person at least, describing same events in two different ways. It's just like Umineko, like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. It's just the same but in different ways. What the fuck is going on? Okay, my brain kind of froze here. I need to process that.
まるでどちらかが真実で、どちらかが虚偽のように。
Okay.
あるいは両方とも虚偽なのかもしれない。
Yeah, entirely possible.
しかし、始まりと終わりだけは一致するのです。
Beginning and ending is the same, okay.
始まりは、親族たち18人は台風で島に閉じ込められた。そして終わりは、全員が死に、黄金の魔女が蘇り、すべては黄金鏡に飲み込まれる。
Huh. The contents of both messages, both message bottles, wrote about the events of the day before the accident and the day of the accident. But the details were completely different. Both diaries outline this is episode 2. Both diaries outline a serial murder following the epitaph of the witch, but the order of the sacrifices, the way they died, and even the tale of the 2 days were different. However, in both, everyone died in the end, and the witch revived, making for the same general plot.
あの島で何があったのか。唯一の生存者である後宮エヴァ氏が沈黙していた以上。
Yeah, this is weird. Why Eva would stay silent about this? The only thing I can think about why Eva is silent about this is because it will somehow impact her inheritance and everything. Because she literally lost everything, and the only thing she have right now is the headship of the family, vast wealth and everything, and she can just prepare everything to give it to Angie and stuff, like she said, it's kind of revenge plot and stuff. Yeah, we know. But yeah, but that means that probably if the truth is known, Eva would lose everything. If people would know what happened, that Eva would not be probably able to be a head of the family anymore and not get any of the money.
あの2日間の出来事は全てが闇の中です。
Because this is kind of weird. Why she don't want to talk about this? Also, she can be a culprit, right?
この2つの日記はその闇を埋める仮説をこともあろうか2つも提示してみせたのです。
Full two theories, okay.
どちらの日記でも2日間を説明できる。しかし、どちらが正しいのか、あるいは正しいことが含まれているのかさえわからない。
Come on, show me them. I want to analyze it. God damn it. Schrodinger's cat box. If it isn't denied, even a mixture of truth and fiction can be a truth. Through the media, these scraps of paper had of course been shown to Eva as well, but in the end, she never broke her silence.
誰が何のためにメッセージボトルを
Yeah, pretty good question.
事件10周年特集を組んだ雑誌が以前大々的に取り上げたでしょう。あの仮説が今日では最も支持を集めているようです。しかし面白みには欠ける。あの島であの日何が起こったのか、それを考えるのがウィッチハントの醍醐味なのです。
The witch hunt. Witch hunters! We remember. We remember all the witch hunters. Kiri and Rudolph.
ウィッチハント。
ああ、ロッキン島ウィッチハントとは、この事件の真相をオカルトの側面から説明しようと試みるマニアの集いのことです。
From occult perspective, okay.
後宮蔵書から謎の2日間、そして黄金の魔女の伝説など、六軒島に関わる謎は今でもマニアの間で盛んに議論されているのです。
Now I think about this as a reader, right? I don't have to stay with humans in this case, right? I mean, we don't necessarily have to disapprove magic. We don't have to agree with Butler and say that this cannot happen. It can be literally a fantasy story and Butler is just so into ground he don't realize that this is actually happening. So maybe we should tackle it from the other side and deny and work together with Beatrice actually? I'm not going to do this, but yeah, just random thought. I think that should work too. I mean, why not?
10周年の時にはニューヨークで国際コンベンションも開かれました。
Also, I realized that Umineko, you can enjoy Umineko even without diving deep and trying to solve cases and everything, like I do. Like I'm thinking about what's happening and making like a little bit like piece of theories and little notes and everything. But you can just enjoy it as a like pure fantasy story with mixed elements of mystery. You can just read it and just enjoy it without thinking much, to be honest. It's entirely possible and I think that should be fine as well.
私も日本の代表として参加してきましてね。海外の熱心なウィッチハンターと様々な交流をしてきましたよ。海外では魔女はとても人気のあるカテゴリーでしてね。
Okay.
参加者の年齢幅も、下は小学生から、上は著名な文化人まで実に幅広い。日本でも近年ようやく。
You probably don't need more explanation, but he is one of the most famous Rokkenjima witch hunters in Japan. Even though I didn't ask anything more, he kept continuing on excitedly by Elo himself. As I swirled the tin film on my pottage with the spoon, I shrugged my shoulders and sighed. Looks like researching about the message bottle really was a waste of time. No, if there's one thing I found, is that notebook supposedly written by Maria One-chan was actually written by a different person faking her name. Yep. And this is pretty significant. And that person wrote up an occult legend on their own, put it into the bottle, as though it was a truth, and threw it into the sea. I have a question. Why would they go all the trouble of writing so much in order to prepare a suspicious letter like that? Yeah, this is like so freaking weird, because if someone is faking Maria's letter, and it's not actually Maria who sent it, then it brings a lot of questions. Why? This is bigger why than Maria sending this why. Because if Maria would send this, it would just be obvious. I mean, not obvious, but like I said, I felt like... Now I think about this, you remember how I said many times that I felt like there was a regret in this letter? I felt like Maria is regretting something? So maybe I should say that the one who wrote this felt regret about what happened on Rokkenjima. So maybe this is the letter from the murderer himself. And he's regretting what he did. And he wants us to... He don't have a courage to basically come out and say, hey, I did it. And he wants to be cut, basically. You know, this is kind of twisted round way stuff. But maybe that's what his plan is. And he regrets what he did. Or she. The culprit. With a message bottle, there would be no guarantee that it would ever pass into anyone's hands. If their luck had been bad, it could sink into the ocean, never be seen by anyone. And even if someone had picked it up, they might not care about it and thrown it away. Also, it could be not necessarily sent on Rokkenjima. It could literally be written in the same day when it was found. It could be just thrown to the sea near the fisherman. He just found it because he was nearby. Same with police. I don't think they established what time period is, how old the paper is basically inside. It could be written literally after Rokkenjima stuff and just thrown into the lake. Why would they entrust their confession of the truth to the sea with such an uncertain method? And why would they write up multiple different tales? If there had been one message bottle, claiming that its story was the truth might be reckless, but not impossible. However, because there were two, they made both of them doubtful. If someone was plotting to make out those 2 days to be the work of a witch, then they really did go one step too far. And because there were two, it suggests that an undiscovered third one, or possibly even more, might exist. Yep. Because why not? In other words, the two differing contents make both of them harder and harder to swallow. But despite that, the contents of both mashed in that they told of the witch in the tale. So, in that the main point the writer wanted to get across to us? It seems to me that the only possible explanation is that someone who wanted to give rise to an illusion of a witch carried out this crime for their own enjoyment. However, the 17 people other than Aunt Eva lost their lives, and the vast wealth or maybe even 10 tons of gold had moved around secretly in the darkness. So they never found actually a gold on Kuvadorian. This is very interesting as well. I mean, Eva was found on Kuvadorian, right? Okay, so maybe... Okay, wait, but this gold was hidden. It was in this Golden Land place. No, wait, this is not a Golden Land. Did I just No, Epitaph is... No, okay. Epitaph is showing the Golden Land. Right? Also we have Professor Otski here. College, well known as research folklore, famous hobby, one of the witch hunters. Okay. It doesn't feel right for a confession occurring after all that to bring up this illusion of the witch. Even if we ignore the magazine's theories, it's very doubtful that the message bottle really was a diary. After all, the amount of writing was massive. It's hard to imagine that someone actually got up in the middle of a serial murder like that would be able to calmly write it down. Yep, pretty much. In that case, it's probably more realistic that this diary was written slowly over a long period of time, up until the day prior to the accident. So someone wrote the way how he will make a murders, basically? Exactly how he will do this? Maybe it feels now like a plans from the murderer. Like he wrote himself, hey, I will do that and then that and then that. Yeah, exactly. In that case, would that mean that everything on Rokkenjima was a planned crime with everything prepared for over a long stretch of time? But what's the motive? What's the motive for this? Like, literally, on Rokkenjima, the only thing that matters is Kinzo. Seriously, the only thing that matters on Rokkenjima is Kinzo, his headship, the Ushiromiya family name, and its wealth. And the gold. This is all that is on Rokkenjima. And Rokkenjima was supposed to be like unknown island basically up until this point. So someone figured out that there is a gold or something and he plans how to get this. Also there's a high possibility of course that one of the siblings did that. Right? Or in general someone from Rokkenjima. Or, as we think, someone might be already dead and just pretend to be someone. The fact that Andiva left this world without saying anything is infuriating. She definitely said it on her deathbed. She definitely said that her reason for not telling him the truth was because it was her best way of harassing me. Oh, that's why she never told us. Okay, that explains my questions from before. Thank you, Umineko. Yeah, by now it's painfully obvious. Of all things Aunt Eva did to harass me, this was probably the last and the greatest. But thinking of it this way, it's pretty doubtful that Aunt Eva is the true culprit. Of course, that's not because the handwriting on the message bottle was different from Aunt Eva's or anything like that. It's because both tapes were discovered. Aunt Eva was included among the victims. Oh! So the one who planned the murders wanted Eva dead as well. Also, both of them say that there's no survivors, so it couldn't be episode 3. Actually, in episode 3 everyone died. In episode 1 we had survivors. At least some people missing. Okay. My brain is kinda frozen. If the writer of the diary was the culprit, maybe Aunt Eva was also one of the targets to be killed. Or the culprit, aka Eva, if we want to go with the theory that Eva is a culprit, is faking it. I mean, there's like no problem with including yourself as a victim. Like, why not? You don't want to be suspected, so just throw your name in there. Like, okay, now I will kill this person, this, and yeah, let's just include myself as well. Yeah, that will help. And we had this way the 6 people, not 5, and I only need 6, so yeah. That works. Maybe Antiva survived because something went wrong. Might be also possible. Because I hated Antiva, I came to believe that she had to be the culprit. But the existence of the message bottle makes me suspect the mastermind is far more profound and unknown person than her. Yeah, episode 3 will be so good to like trying to discover and analyze. I need to like getting faster with my episode 2 notes and make a theory on episode 2 and go to the episode 3. I need to find more time, god damn it. Maybe I will do less videos for like, I don't know, for a week. And just focus a little bit more on research. I don't know. We'll see. I feel bad when I'm not uploading. Because I know you guys are waiting. And I don't want to make you wait. So yeah. I've heard more than enough. It's time. As he continued to speak fervently, I suggested that I wanted to bring the discussion to a close. He seems to be aware that he'd gotten excited and talked too much, so he quickly accepted this.
今日は本当にありがとうございました。貴重なお話が聞けたと思います。
いえいえ、ウィッチハントの新しい仲間に若いお嬢さんを迎えできて本当に楽しかったです。今日は歌詞を変えてしまったのでお見せできなかった貴重な資料がいくつもあります。
Huh.
次の機会の時にはぜひそれをお見せしましょう。
ありがとう先生。最後に聞いてもいいですか？
はい、何でしょうか。
先生はどうして魔女に、いえ、神秘学や悪魔学に興味を？
Yeah, that's a pretty good question actually.
それを言われると恥ずかしい。
Like, what's make you believe in that stuff?
不思議な力が使えたなら意地悪なガキ大将にも負けないのに。という子供の頃の妄想がそのままライフワークになってしまっただけです。
Okay, that's simple.
未知なる力への憧れというプリミティブな願望は今も昔も
先生はなれるものなら魔女になりたいですか？思うがままに魔法を使ってみたいという夢を今も？
もちろんですとも。この年になりそういうものが実在しないと理屈では分かっていても、それでもなお空を飛んでみたい、鉄くずを黄金に変えてみたいという子供のような夢は忘れられずにいます。学生たちにはどうか内密に。
I like
私
him.
が実は魔女だと言ったらお信じになります？
That's a strange question to ask.
女は魔女であるというのが私のささやかな女性経験からの持論です。
Okay. They're all witches. Andrew snorted the old professor, who must have been an earnest scholar with barely any experience with women.
そうそう。最後にもう一つだけ質問を。先生はメッセージボトルの実物をご覧になったことは？
Huh.
ありますとも。
Okay. So he basically confirms what's inside.
では、その筆跡についてもお詳しいですか？
もちろん。その道の専門家ではありませんが、メッセージボトルの筆跡に関してだけは日本で最も詳しいと自負していますとも。
Okay. At that point, Angie set the book on the desk with a thud.
これは？
I mean, they already confirmed that this is not Maria handwriting because of her other belongings, and this is Maria diary, so it should have the same as Maria's handwriting, unless this is not Maria's handwriting and this is written by someone else. What the fuck?
初めて見るものです。
He prided himself on his thought knowledge of the old literature related to Rokkenjima, and he looked bewildered at this binding that he had never seen before. Ignoring that, Angie silently flipped through the pages, opened to one of them, and showed him. Oh, this is the... Oh! On that page was a handwritten paragraph, beginning with, "To my beloved witch apprentice." So this is the message from Beatrice, so now we can confirm basically if Beatrice was the one who wrote this. And at the end, there was a signature in katakana that said Beatrice. Yeah.
それは。
This is the same, right? So I was right that Beatrice sent this. The instant he glanced at it, his face went pale. She knew the answer before asking, but Angie asked it loud
こ
anyway.
のページに記されている文章の筆跡はメッセージボトルの筆跡と一致しますか？
いや、持ち帰って詳しく調べないことには。
Sure you need.
失礼だが、この本は一体どこに？
The man stretched out his hands, but Angie pulled it back. as though telling him not to touch it with his filthy hands.
ありがとう。その反応だけで結構です。今日はありがとうございました。これ、お約束の謝礼です。
As she stood up, clutching Maria's diary, Angie carelessly tossed a wad of 10,000 yen notes, wrapped with a strip of paper, into the table. As Angie turned her back to him and made to leave, the man raised his voice, as though clenching to her. But Angie didn't stop walking.
お願いだ。その本は一回、謝礼はいらない。その本を見せてくれ。
私とあなたはウィッチハントの同士だけど、求める深さが違うみたい。あなたが楽しんでるのは猫箱の外側。
Outside of the
そ
card
して
box.
私が知りたいのは猫箱の内側。
Okay.
そしてこの一冊は、その猫箱を開く鍵ね。あなたには過ぎてるわ。じゃあね。Goodbye, gentlemen. Have a nice day.
Nice.
待ってくれ。スマレラさん。
Oh shit! His voice didn't reach her. She had already joined up with Amakusa and gone into the car.
収穫はありましたか？
最後の最後にね。やっぱりそうだった。メッセージボトルを記したのはベアトリーチェ本人だった。
Yeah, pretty much. Or, well, Beatrice is basically a name we have. If we go with your theories and stuff, that Beatrice might not be a Beatrice. Beatrice is just in the legend, right? So it might be entirely someone who is just like posing as a Beatrice this whole time.
そいつはクールだ。魔女は実在するで決着で。
At least someone who's pretending to be her.
さあね。寝ていい？あのおしゃべり教授。きっと講義では自分の世界に入っちゃって寝ちゃう子続出だと思うわ。
どうぞどうぞお休みを。
しかしうまくいくもんね。あいつ私のことスマデラだと最後まで信じてたわ。
I was thinking that he's calling. Oh, okay. I was thinking like he was calling Sumadera actually. Like somewhere like in this place so they can like catch Angie. So she was like literally playing this and told him that she's Sumadera, not Ushiromiya. What the fuck? The Sumadera family had set up a web beforehand around any people Angie might try to contact. They had offered a reward for anyone who could take Ushiromiya Angie into custody if she appeared. Angie had foreseen that and had snatched it away. She had called herself Sumadera, and after cleverly tricking the man by saying her own subordinates would set up an ambush, so he didn't need to worry about it. She had taken him outside. So when the Sumadera family pursuers reached the professor's house, there was no longer anyone there.
家人の話では、午前中にスマデラを名乗る若い男女が訪れ、教授を連れ出したきり、まだ帰宅しないそうです。
Yeah.
を書かれた可能性が。
いけない子ね、エンジェちゃんは。
She's so creepy.
そういう悪知恵、姉さんの血なのかしらね。あんなに名乗るのは嫌だと言ってたスマデラの名を気安く名乗ってくれちゃうなんて。そのうち教授もお戻りになるだろうさ。
Also, I just realized this is the third person I know with this laugh. And I mean like outside of Umineko. Umineko is one and the other two persons are in Muramasa and both of them are dead by terrible deaths. I wonder what will happen to this one.
そしたらソチャでも振る舞わないとね。
了解しました。
私を手玉に取ったつもりかしら。やんちゃな子なんだから。
With a demonic look on her face, Kasumi violently stamped her heel. And she broke a oath. I will teach you about my magic of origins. Oh. 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 No, I taught you before, right? And you used it before. Did you forget? You were also a witch apprentice, Angie. With your name entered into Marriage Sorcier, weren't you? Yeah, this is what we had in the last episode. And I think because it's such a short time when I'm recording this, like, no one told me about this yet. Or maybe it was like actually spoiler and that's why no one told me about this. Probably because of that.
私も魔女に加えてもらったんだっけ?
Huh. Okay, I think I will end this and I will read this in the next episode. Yeah, I want to know, but I will just... I'm kinda tired today, because I just came back home, and yeah. Anyway, this episode should be like... I should be able to put it fairly early on YouTube. I hope so. And that way I can like record longer episodes after this. I'm also a little bit glad because recently I've been making like episodes for like 1.5 hour. And I feel like it was a little bit too long. It's good to have longer episodes from time to time, but I would like to try at least to go into 1 hour episodes, around 1 hour. I feel most comfortable with that, and by the time wise, how long it takes to upload and edit, it also makes more sense for me. And also it's less stressful, I can make more videos like this. And longer episodes when necessary. Because there are definitely episodes where you just cannot stop in the meantime. So, yeah. I think we'll end this right now, and yeah, that was a very good episode. We had... basically, we have new questions. We got some answers about the letter from the episode 1, which I was so curious about all this time. And I'm even more curious now. They question why. Why was it sent? What happened? Why Beatrice tried to convince someone that she was Maria? That's so bizarre. But we will learn this. We'll learn this later on, or we'll figure this out. Because I will definitely, in my free time, I will try to do some notes. I will go to the LP archives and I will try to read the letter and see what I can get out of this. I don't think I can get out of this more, like a lot, because it's very vague. But I will see what I can do. Anyway, thank you for watching that video, thank you for listening to me, and I will see you in the next one. So for now, Pocket Watch is going out.